says home drummer says it's the best K1. Ralph says, "Oh my God, it's my queen."
This really is the best thing. This is the whole thing.
Just action after action.
Again, a lot of people. Coupled with the fact that like we had a lot of laughter, chatting. You got Lesnick with the sports cards, like the whole thing. I still can't believe what happens to Jared Lesnick. I just can't even fathom.
Yeah, that's when he gets back in the booth.
He like couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
It's like they got like I mean like
Oh my.
it's like traumatized.
Yeah, he's traumatized.
How
Exactly.
could you not? And
go-
Blaze, listen, Blaze is very well off. Like, 10K is not like gonna kill him and like whatever. He's supposed to play tournaments, but he truly does love this tournament so much, as he says. Like, so it kills him to watch.
Yeah, anybody who's ever played this, who's ever just been so grateful and blessed to play this event, knows just what an enigma of an event it is. It's not just a poker tournament. It's an experience. It's like
You really just can't. There is no tournament even remotely close to it. You see stuff in this you never see. You have to do stuff in this you would never think about doing. Like, it's just, the whole thing is so crazy.
true. It's Squid Game. It's Squid Game at a poker table. Like
The second nut full house, and I pulled, like, you would never say that, but on day one of the main, you're just like doing that stuff because it's like people just have it. But then you see like the wildest 500 big blind pots where a guy's just in there with 2 9s, like out of nowhere.
yeah.
You really just absolutely see it all, man. This tournament is just every year. You're like, you kind of think, oh, okay, we've seen it all. No, we've never seen it all. Okay. Here we have Tamori.
This is a blind off blind battle.
He had a pair of 9s. He turned a flush. He rivers trips. He's got everything on this board possible.
あれ
Taylor's got 2 pair.
Taylor's got a bluff catcher. This is gross. Blind up blind, very wide ranges. We don't know the action here, but this is the spot where it's
うーん。
bluffs that miss 7-8, Jack 8, 10x if somehow you think your opponent's value betting worse or like a king, but without knowing the complete action here, hard to give a good analysis. And also, we only have 11 big blinds in the middle. These pots are kind of not that trivial. It's not that big of a deal. This seems like a really bad run out.
Definitely meant to go. Very disciplined today.
Okay, so here we go. Taylor noting this guy's been very disciplined. Probably not bluffing that. And on this run out, I think we'll just see a fold.
Maybe good, bro.
No, bro.
Maybe good bluff.
Can't bluff at this table.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm hot.
In Vegas for over a month, so we should. It's a very nitty fold. That was a main event fold. I bet the same. Check. You bluffing with 10? Good bluff.
Nah, mo ka. Nandiyan yan.
And our little nines are so hot right now.
They are. I mean,
GTO pros just go deep or go broke early. Get by the sword. You know, my dog Henry, here's what I say about GTO is like, GTO just creates a balance, kind of a fundamental strategy for you to follow. The best players are going to use their GTO knowledge and then learn where to adjust from that, right? So if your opponent's never bluffing, you can just overfold stuff you would never fold. If your opponent's always bluffing, then you can call with stuff you would never call with.
You said no bluff.
Sometimes I hate the counting.
We see another blind on blind pot happen here.
Never
It
try.
is a limped pot. Both players do flop middle pair.
I'll never believe.
Taylor with a better kicker. Taylor also picks up equity with the straight draw here. Brendan just debating if he wants to bet again. Maybe get called by a 7, maybe called by king high or something. So he is looking to bet his pair of 10s once again. I think it's going to go nowhere.
Wow. My friend.
And at this point, Renland's probably just going to check every river unless it's a 10 or a 5. We see Taylor make a strip. Brent can still beat a 7. He can still beat a 9 if his opponent had a hand like 8-9 or 9-6. Some of the straight draws that wrap around the 10-7.
Aya! Aya! Need a Chang bet on me.
8-10, what the hell? Oh,
First time you check back.
very bad Liverpool. Captain.
Oh, of course. Punish for slow playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, live reads are totally important in this structure. Kind of knowing your opponents, knowing who's capable of thinking really helps, or knowing who's never going to do something crazy. But again, this is such a unique tournament and such a unique game because someone could be tight all day and then just go bonkers.
We want a day 8 and a day 10.
Steve Crisis, I know this guy
They want
from online or
day 8. Okay.
somewhere.
Don't bluff.
Works for me.
I watched the whole final table live last year.
You watching? I don't.
Yeah, it was like great unreal here.
Oh. So this year you may be praised.
This is the third hand in a row. It's folded to the button. Reducing the button with playable hold.
bring back the other table.
Maya.
What is
Yeah, what happened?
what is this? It's not folding.
Everyone just
The other
folded.
table was raised, 3-bet, call, 4-bet. Like, next 25K at every pot to start.
You
Like,
gotta talk to production. Who picked
Eric
this game?
Offrout's like 3 news off. Yeah, let's go 3-bet.
Not too much. Like,
Good. Get us off that table.
Okamoto, ace queen here. I heard that she lost set over set earlier for a large chunk of her chips. Almost a miracle. She is still in here.
hey, yeah.
Andres going with 3-bet 4K.
And this is immediately a very sick spot for Okamoto. Just given the fact that she's raising in first position, she's getting 3-bet. Right, I'm not wrong here. Yeah, she's getting raised in first position. She gets
Same
3-bet
bet.
by someone in middle position, and she just folds right away.
Doesn't want to tangle out of position against a top player, John Andres, playing super high roll with the pass. Kerry Katz here in action.
Looks like he's all in.
Wow.
Is that Jack 10-3?
It's an absolutely massive hand. It's fault.
It's a 10.
Wow. Absolute monster pot here in the 2.5K. Looks like Gary Katz might be the new chip leader.
Go, Scott Summers. Flare it up, Cyclops. Put those glasses down. Put a beam through the. Yeah, there he is. Put the Cyclops up. That's the Cyclops symbol.
戻ってきたよ。
Let's go, Gary.
Yeah, I know.
I know we're supposed to be impartial here. What the hell with that?
Oh.
Okay, come on, let's go, Gary.
That's a massive pot. This guy just lost all his chips there.
From what I can see now in the updates, Gary's chip leader, they're now four-handed, so this of course happening in the past a little bit. 17 million chips going up against 11 and 2 7 million chip stacks. So what a spot. Four-handed for the bracelet with the lead. Back to the Okamoto table. Defender big blind with 7-8 off. Stan leads Razor with ace-10 suit. For those wondering how this tournament will progress, tomorrow, day 2 A, B, C. And on Monday, day 2 D. Registration still available on both of those days, so I think we're going to see quite a large amount of players still enter late. I think last year in total, there were over 500 players that fly on day 2 between the two day 2 months. I think more. Yeah, please. And then on July 8th, that's when the fields combine for day 2 action. Money reached day 4. Small pot here. Stan hitting an ace. Photo still hanging in there with 26,000. Other new feature table. So what did you say? Oh, I thought it was over 500. 850. Day 2 across both days. Okay, fine. All right. Full reminder here to go to gtowizard.com/PokeGo. Try it out for free. Save 10% first purchase. If you want the best and first dressed, you have to head on over to gtowizard.com to learn how to make the optimal decisions in high pressure spots. That's pretty sweet. Go check it out. Russell pointing out in the chat that we are about 600 registrations behind from last year. I do think that day 2 buy-ins are becoming more and more popular, so I wouldn't be surprised if we still hit the same number,
これ
same ballpark number as last year. What's the total right now?
これっぽい
600 behind last year, so whatever that trend number is looking like. So
Yeah, I do know a lot more people want to just play on day 2.
yeah,
They just like having kind of the relaxation of an extra day or coming to town
Yep.
Days after the event has started.
and also perhaps some players stuck inside events who are still jumping in.
Absolutely. Gary Katz. You feel like Gary plays in main event yet?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Yeah, probably not. He's been in the 2 days, so we'd have to have played day 1A.
That's true. 1K that's still ongoing. Sean D, 4th in chips out of 10. Deep trying to win not only another bracelet but also Player of the Year.
My students, one behind the Dinesh, sing him
Oh, right here.
9 of 10.
9 of
He
10.
just lost a flip. Ace Queen versus 9s.
Massive, massive field also in that event. 1,800 players. Sizable payouts on the line there. So much action at the WSOP.
Back out in the field at the event center, and I do find the tournament specialist, that is one Alan Keating. If you could stand up for me for a quick second, please. This is like the second, maybe third time I've seen you at the World Series of Poker. You getting hooked on these tournaments?
No, you can't hook me, but I'm chasing the dream just like everyone else.
That's what I love to hear. What is this tournament like for you?
It's a chance to get to meet people I've never met before, and people that maybe have seen me play and make some friendships. It's having fun.
Like that's what we love to hear. You having fun playing
I am
poker
having
tournaments. So you aren't gonna go blast it off or anything.
Oh no, I for sure am. I got a poker game at midnight. I gotta make whether this tournament ends or not.
You've been asked this before. I'm sure you hear it at the tables. But Daniel Negreanu says, "Hey, like you really want to step up, come play the high rollers with the best in the world. Let's see how you fare there."
Well, the problem with that is there's a bunch of people in between him and I. So if he wants to make a more direct challenge, that'd be open to it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we'd like to hear.
If he wants to do anything like that.
And I'll get back to you on day 2. I'll ask you tomorrow.
Just auto for me.
Okay, you're just in.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just in on it. Yeah.
Well, I want to be able to argue the details a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
He tends to want things his way.
Anyway, this will be a developing storyline. For now, I'll send you back to the action and your favorite, the poker tournament. Thanks for the time.
Alan Keating putting the challenge out there. Dare I say $5 million heads up match? No,
I don't really understand. Like, so what does beat side want?
I think Negreanu wants Keating to come and play the high rollers, like just that universe. So what's wrong with that? I think that's a great idea. And then Keating basically wants to only play heads up against Daniel. From what it sounds like.
Sounds like we need some sort of like
プレイしますね。
three They need to play like a year of tournaments. They need to play a lengthy heads up match, and they need to play like a full ring.
Triathlon, poker triathlon.
Yes.
Donnie, that is actually a great idea because think of it. What other things? We got high stakes cash. We got these other shows. You need to come up with a show for Poker Go where you have 2 people compete and they have to go through all the different aspects of being a good poker pro. You got to be good at mixed games. You got to be good at tournaments. You got to be good at cash. Maybe there's a fitness test in there, a memory test. Here we see decent hand holding, right? We got a raise from ace nine off, all from king queen, all from king queen, 7-8 in the big defend. This might have been 80K in the middle at another table, but we got 9 bigs in the middle at this one.
7-4-3 here. Hearts. And takes.
Do you think from Keating and eggs, or do you think it's more? Yeah, it's a little poker beef. It's a legitimate poker beef.
I think the large majority of poker players have sort of ego. So I would say, yeah, good just to call you out, you know.
まあしゃあないな。
Like, you're gonna defend it, you know, like you gotta stand up for yourself. He's trying to defend himself with that high stakes cash arena. McGraw is trying to defend himself with high cash poker arena. I mean, they're such different things. This it's like
Comparing apples and oranges, and these guys don't even interact in any fashion with one another.
and they're trying to make something happen, and again, getting 3-bet.
エイシズキング
This
ス
is
っ
a
て
tough spot here, but hopefully she knows her opponent. If she knows her opponent's not bluffing, then yeah, maybe she just gets away. But if she thinks this guy Stan's been playing back at her, then we could see maybe a call here and go into a flop playing in position, getting really good odds and a really good price here. Although her hands towards the bottom of the range. She's disciplined.
By the way, Barcelona Vinci still grinding below starting stack. I also see that Nate's in the mix, so the 2 foremost poker fans from the Barstool Legion are in the mix here. And I see in the chat here on YouTube, Wolfgang, in all caps, saying, I'll be firing on the 7th. See, that's what happens, these guys, they win all the money. They just, can't be bothered to play day 1. Just show up on day 2. Shout out Wolfgang. Fun. Sweating you also
うわ
recently. Or
Remco, help me out. How do you say this name right here?
Yashu Chenya.
Yashu Chenya. Perfect, thank you. I need to hear it first before it registers my brain. She brings it.
You know what's the most important thing? Let's just be confident and then do, oh yeah, sure, that's
I'm learning from these guys in the booth. And Gags here, Gagliano.
リーチです。
I played against this guy for 20 years
right.
online.
Who's winning between you two?
Man, I gotta be beating on this guy. Ask him about me back in the day. Nobody wanted to see me creative back in the day.
Right.
They didn't want to see me. I was one going crazy, punting it all away. No, but these guys are legends, honestly. Like, these guys are. I hope to get to their level.
ゴロソ切れとん
We
か。
do see him go a little ham with the ace-8 suited. This is, you know, just pouncing on someone who he think's probably going to play a little tight and stand with 2 9s on the button. It's a spot where you probably just want to fold, but I think a lot of people call it here. But 9s must just be the magic hand because we see a 4-bet. Donnie, what do you think the 10K? And Yashu Chenya now with 7s is probably just going to hit the muck. I mean, with Jacks, it's probably just going to hit the muck here because you got a 3-bet and a 4-bet. Unless you know these players are really active and can be going to work here, you jam. If you think they could be crazy, you jam. If you think they could be tight, you fold. But we see a call here. And this is probably the hardest option to maneuver because now you're squeezed in between 2 players out of position with 2 jacks. But, I mean, she does have the best hand.
What must be going through Gags' mind right now? This is so unexpected
No.
to both get full bet and get flatted.
But he's getting great pot odds. He has a suited ace. He might try to flop a flush draw on race, or he might just give it away and say, these are 2 really tight ranges. I don't know what to do. So those are the 2 lines of thoughts. I don't think there's ever any 5-bet bluffing here. And he's just going to exit.
Is it ever a consideration because you have nut outs, meaning you can hit the nut flush, that you do have some sort of price, even though you know you're way behind their ranges?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a pot odds thing. Yeah, with the ace-8 of hearts, you definitely think about it. Yeah. And look, this is a rare flop, 8 high, where both players still have an overpair, and Yashu Chenya might be able to double up here because Stan's probably gonna maybe feel okay with his 2 9s. I don't know. He was the 4-better, and I think Yashu Chenya
プレイしますね。
can maybe just move all in. You have jacks, you don't have a diamond. There's 33 middle, 33,000 in the middle. We both got 30K back. Let's just run it. If you have ace king or ace queen, I get you to fold. If you have a diamond draw, I'm hoping you don't have all that equity. So I would love to see an all-in here, but these are really tricky spots because obviously you're scared of someone having queens, kings, or aces in 4-bet pot. So it's kind of natural to see a call.
Alright, so the Jacks and 9s continuing with 41K in the middle. Now the 5 of hearts on the turn.
This might embolden 2 9s to jam when checked to. If you think you're still good, although I would assume that you think that Yashu Chenya has a pretty big hand here herself. Hey, we are going to see a river. Runs out of 4 line. Either player's going to love this.
リーチです。
Poker face by Yashu Chenya. I haven't seen her move like button. She got up like that. Look at that.
ズモ、ごめんなさいね。
Maybe
Doesn't
just
want to
fall
jam,
away.
though.
I really don't think anyone should have much here, really, given the way it's played out. But
Now for Stan.
引かれんか。
Chenya over.
プレイしますね。
Wait, you 4-bet.
それ引かれんか。
That's a disciplined fold there. That's a really big pot. Yashu Chenya, what is she supposed to double up?
bluff.
プレイしますね。
How many people left? Millions, Kim Theo. This tournament just started, my friend.
I feel like not until day 5 can you ask how many are left.
Yeah, it's you can still register this tournament. Granted, we have what 8,000 plus people have already played. What's the count for just today?
Somewhere like right around 5,000.
5K. So yeah, we're right around 9,000 or so. Could be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So yeah, this is just. I mean, look, when you have a tournament that starts at 10,000 people, you're not going to get deep down to a low number quickly. When you have a tournament like this where it's 2-hour levels,
Fuck you.
the blinds don't raise for 2 hours. It's the best tournament on the planet. You can still register up until day 2. People can still buy in until Monday.
It's so insane.
Until Monday at 4:30 p.m. or whatever it is. The tournament started, what, Wednesday? Tournament started Wednesday.
Right.
You can buy all the way until Monday. That is ridiculous to vocalize.
And then even when you do buy in on Monday, you still have to play a whole nother week in order to make the final two. It's insane.
Yeah.
John Andres with Jax and Abu Shark finds pocket aces in the small blinds. The Shark. The Shark is here. No, it's not Roberto Brenes. It's Abu Shark.
And this is a monster confrontation here. 2 jacks on the button is typically a hand you just want to get all in with when you have a player who's sub 40 bigs. But in the main event, when someone's not capable of having all these wide range bluffs like a GTO player might have, like a pro might have, then you probably default to calling here. But nope, Andres maybe grabbing chips to put them all in. He's going to hate to see this.
The Shark is going to table the aces. John Andres putting it in there with pocket jacks, 50K in the middle.
And really unfortunate if you have 2 jacks. Like, maybe your opponent has 9s, maybe your opponent has 10s, maybe the ace queen or ace king, and you just flip. So, really unfortunate to be up against an overpair.
This is also the main event, right? Where
礼します
you
ね
can be patient and wait for these spots.
ピが来いへんやねんけ。
Hope that someone else
だこよ。
stick it in. And exactly what's happening right now.
俺にペが来いへんやんけ。
Jack and the Jack
ね
only,
これ。
or else he'll receive double up hitting. Pretty close again to the starting stack here during the final level of play on day 1D.
やっときた。
One Jack left in the deck. Brings 4 clubs and Abu Shark doubles up. Andres still on 72K.
リーチズモジョークズジョークですよ
Quote unquote wide
で
range.
も、
Gotta know your opponents.
Good shot at my friend. How many times am I had?
Every one of the diamonds.
Redland, what a character.
You bet I already know that.
You
This
can
is
see right behind the stack.
Thank you to leave. Love you.
Oh, did we just hear about another blind on blind win?
Yeah.
How many when it folded around? Small blind. We've seen this table play 5 hands. 4 of them have been linked to the small blind.
Oh, they got black. Oh, lovely. Any other day I got trouble.
But we do not see the kind of activity in holdings like we did at the other tables. A lot of trash being dealt. So,
礼しますね
shout out to my queen who's listening right now. Caitlin. What's up, baby?
She is listening?
She's listening. She told me she's listening. I gotta give her a shout out.
Love it. Love that she's listening. You guys got a big year ahead of you.
Oh man, you don't even know.
I do know, actually. I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm in the middle of it right now.
I need to hear more about it. Someone else.
We can talk about this on air. I don't care. baby, little Teddy.
It's been amazing.
I know.
When lady call me the lady.
リーチで
It's
す
just like you too.
This is the best. Donnie already has 2 kids. He's already over it. You know, he's jaded. You know, he's jaded. I'm only a month into this journey, so
Why did the guy try and play the main event for 2 weeks straight?
We're just gonna raise to take it. Starting stack here was 60,000. So even if you just register right now, you got 100 big blinds.
Impressive.
The outside table view. You got Yoshi Chenya with the best holding of top pair, but Stan, after losing that last hand, he's got queens. Got a gut shot to a
リー
straight.
チ
We're gonna see another battle between these 2 players. Either with a diamond. The precious gemstone arrives on the turn.
the gemstone.
I'm trying to be like
Love that.
Ali. I'm trying to be more creative in here.
And you should pull up a dictionary and just find some long words to throw.
And unfortunately for Yashichenya, she is going to get rivered here as Stan makes the Broadway straight.
I love how comfortable.
あーつまんね。クソゲーが。
You know,
クソゲー。
just taught me well. I've said it about 3 different ways. So far.
私の勝ちですね
クソゲーやないかな、こんなもんは。
See if you have any Russians in the chat who can make fun of us for our pronunciations, but so far. Oh, tosses in the call. The Queen's going to play here for Broadway, and Stan is not. I was gonna say something funny, but I just decided against it.
It's okay. I feel it. I was gonna say I default to you when it comes to European names and stuff because you're more cultured. You know,
Oh,
being from the
thank you.
Netherlands
Thank
and
you,
stuff.
sir.
I'm just a dumb American, so that's why. I bowed.
Speaking of dumb Americans, Sean Deep at the final
Speaking
table
of
of the
Sean
1K.
And like I said, Dinesh, my buddy I've been coaching, he's actually masked up here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
He's got the tie on too.
Oh, I love that. All right, so Sean Deep here, as you can see on the screen, leader currently in the clubhouse in the race for the POY, but he's got some hot competition. Cabral, Glauser, Scott Bowman, all within basically 100 points. So Deep really trying to take a bit of a lead here in that competition, which will come down to the wire. Trust me,
No, he's leading.
it's crazy.
He's leading.
He won the 100K PLO high roller.
That put him in the lead.
Put him in the lead.
Holy crap. What a legend. Another guy battled for 20 years online. Who got the best of me?
Crazy Mike on the rail. Is Crazy Mike giving Nolan
Looks
the
like your
moment
buddy's all in.
Yeah.
tournament device?
Or he called on him.
This is the one I think he loses, but I just got a text that he won flips.
ええ
So the guy, I think the guy turns, yep. So he had ace queen, he flops a queen, the guy turns a 9, he went down from 23 bigs here, I think, to 10 bigs. But I think he's just busted a player and doubled up, so he's fired up.
And back to the main feature. So much action happening all around the room.
Oh, look at this red.
Oh, no gamble, no future.
A シーズ平均キングジャック。
This
お
is very serious, very good.
お疲れね。
Look at the size of that. They're gonna notice the size. 4.5k 3-bet, 9k 4-bet.
Is that making you feel more suspect?
It's very suspect, and it gives Ace King a lot of comfortability to maybe just
Wow.
flop if you don't think your opponent's bluffing.
キングワンか。
Now, Renlin does have
Much on that one.
some image of no gamble, no future on this crazy player, but we've seen him be very cordial and friendly and play small ball against players. So this could be alarm bells in Taylor's mind.
Now, the funny thing here about Red Lynn, Johnny, you and I have called a lot of action featuring Red Lynn.
Yeah.
Red Lynn is all talk and tight play. And
Oh
what's
my
this?
God!
ジョーカーズジョークですよ。
There it is!
There it is! There it is!
I definitely don't go all in.
まだ
That is an unreal fold for Ace King, honestly, because
Wow.
you have to really put your opponent on aces or kings to not even put another chip in there. That's an unreal fold. And maybe the small sizing is like too telling that
面白
you
い
have a monster.
え
Red Lynn,
え面白い
originally from China, now from New York City, third on China's all-time money list.
We're Chinese.
Big boys. When I have aces or kings, I always tell myself, make it look like you have ace.
America Aces is like just what is
When you use stuff like that, I feel like that just allows people to get away.
Yeah.
What would he have done with ace and Red Lynn? He probably would have made it a 3. I mean, he might have just flattened first. But then he
どう
probably
考
would
え
have
て
made
も
it
どこすべきよ。
12K.
11. Oh, no. Shout out to Bastion for joining the high roll tier on YouTube. Please know that all of our video coverage, as well as new episodes of 5-6 Poker No Gambling Future, are available through YouTube these days. Become a high roller member. Let's go YouTube. You get all that access. Let's go YouTube.
Why do you think I have an ace if you have aces? I think I have like tens.
How many aces can you get? No ace.
No.
I do too. If I got many aces, you still gonna want it.
Sometimes.
Man, the energy is booming here. We got final tables going.
Yes.
Final tables. We got all these main event tables happening.
And when I bluff and my friend, when somebody catch my bluff and my friend said, you don't have the bluff. I say, yeah, if I got a bluff, I maybe gonna bluff. You have the bluff, don't you bluff their hand. If you want to bluff, you don't need a bluff.
And this is just, again, this is just like indicative of the This is a very solid table. I see guys folding hands, I'd be raising in any position. And
Well, I see guys holding hands at other tables.
Scary.
exactly, exactly. And then you see a guy 3-bet ace king and just fold to a 4-bet, a min 4-bet. Like at any other table, that might have been an all-in confrontation, and they'd be happy about it. And aces again right here.
And one of the things I feel like isn't really talked about as much, or maybe just, underrated also, your table draw is so important. You can get a table like this one, it feels like it's just kind of hard to make chips. Like, people aren't just splashing around. You get a table like the offer at Ben one, you run up a little bit, you might have 300K in 2 minutes, table draw is just like so important.
And we see something kind of uncommon here. When you're this deep stack, you don't really trap slow places, aces from the big blind. Like, it's a short stack play. It's not a deep stack play. But hey, if you know you're gonna flop the nuts, maybe you can just throw them, play this to it.
Right.
It's very stupid.
Boy nets. Or I'd like to say omelet. I'm seeing it. I'd like to say omelet. Even though I know that's not right.
I would say we met.
We met. Okay. See,
Culture.
This is stupid American. But we bet. Bets obviously range advantage. He's the pre-flop raiser. Pocket ace is mulling over. I have the nuts. Do I want to keep slow playing? No. The trap has been sprung. I'm gonna raise it. And with King Jack, you don't have a diamond, so you might just unfold, but this is gonna be uncomfortable because your opponent shouldn't have pocket queens. They shouldn't have pocket aces. They can still have ace queen. They can still have pocket nines. They can still have ace nine. But bluffs come from diamond draws. Bluffs come from straight draws here. So we might see King Jack peel one off to try to drill the 10. But without a diamond, it's sad.
Wrong.
And with aces. Whoa.
That shows it.
Yeah.
I got anything? You got anything?
There's nothing.
No.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
キャー切ってもった。
All right, action still going here. We got a little over an hour left of play on day 1D. Quick reminder that the EPTista has 3 more stops in 2025. Barcelona, Malta, and Prague coming up. Scan the QR code on your screen or download the PokerStars live app to get up to date on everything that's happening with some of those fantastic events over in Europe. If you can only pick one, I can't help it. They're all great. If you like sunshine, Malta or Barcelona. If you enjoy the winter vibes, if you bring in the wife, Prague, very romantic, great food. Maybe that's right. Enjoy it that way next time. Brenda, I'm really seeing you guy. 8-5 suited guy. You know what Tonk is? I'm gonna play it. Over on it tomorrow in the bit. You gotta like to do it like that.
Like play it on like a. Maybe it's played on like a sound or something.
いやー、これはしゃあないな。
Like that, but like.
Nightman says, did Chris Angel give back the bracelet? I don't know. Still haven't found it yet.
Horseshoes?
He's disappeared.
It's a thing where you throw the horseshoes in pigs. Oh no. Well, I guess it's kind of similar. But it's actually a real sport. Big metal balls. Okay.
Big metal ball. You're talking about Brent
The ones I lack.
I don't know.
To rent.
I know bocce ball, but I've lost in this conversation. Brendan picks up a card that he quickstart double barrel link whip. You block ace king, you have a gunshot now to a wheel. Your opponent's range is going to be wide, the big blind to call you with 3x, 7x, 4, 5, 5, 6, 8, king x. Victoria has been snug, let's see what range is. A little overbet. From Mr. Left.
本につけられない。
The tank is a French game. Yeah, I know about it. Okay. Have you ever played the Jeu de Poule? It's pronounced. It sounds like a soup, a French soup. Or something.
What's the poker scene like in the great state of Minnesota? I know Canterbury's there.
Yeah, Canterbury and Aces. It's a good scene, and obviously we're having a pretty good summer too. Super supportive group. I don't know if that's rare across the country.
ああ、もうほんまやめてくれ、もう。
About the group on the show. It's
ほんまやめてくれ。
No, they are actively hoping I fail. I promise.
No, why?
ああ、もうイライラする。
So funny you're so
ほんまイライラする。
We're in the main, and they would love it if it was 0-5.
And now it's cracked them up.
Yes, it's a way better bid if I suck at poker.
Or after all the sucking at poker, you could just like make day 8 or final table or something. That'd be a cool story for them, right?
No, I don't think so. No, well, and I've never not made day 2, so we're really testing the Jeff Blatt curse here. But I've never cashed, so we're gonna be somewhere in the middle.
I think it's gonna be final table. I think it's a deep run. So their anti-sweat is pretty much dead. I'm gonna send you back to the action.
Thanks,
Appreciate the time. Thanks, Bert. You guys.
Sorry, Jeff. Stepping on your toes there with our banter and
そうか、リーチできへんのか。
Petanque, known French game, steel balls. Jeu de Poule, which translates to game of balls, is basically played with steel balls.
いやー、これは無理やな。これは無理。さすがにこれは無理。
Then you each have 3 heavy steel balls. Whoever throws.
A3 枚入れやろ。
It's a very popular game to play in the summer in the city. Old men drinking, smoking cigars, or if you're sort of on this campsite, play with your parents, with the kids. So just like bocce ball. I've never heard of bocce ball, but the bocce ball it rolls, right? Yeah. Right? You roll it.
You throw a pretty sure you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
small
yeah,
ball.
yeah, yeah.
You roll,
してもだよ
you have bigger balls that you try to get to the point, but
But with bocce, you roll it, right? Towards the ball? Or is it like a toss?
it's both.
Both?
Yeah, it's both. It does roll. The steel balls are kind of like they plunk down. wherever
Plunk
they
down,
go.
they maybe,
Okay,
they maybe
that's a
move like,
difference then.
they move like a feet at most.
Okay,
Yeah, they're heavy.
yeah,
A loud thud when it lands.
okay. Yeah, bocce balls have weight to them too. They
Yeah.
roll a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, learn something every day.
How do we get?
I don't know. They were talking about it. It wasn't.
So you gonna make a day two where you gonna day off tomorrow?
Well, on Sunday.
Tomorrow's Sunday off, right?
We don't have a day off.
No, we got a day off. I think we need
Yeah. If we get that.
I make a long line 400. Day two.
I didn't know.
リーチね
I'm definitely gonna play online tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if 2 day event. I think in 1 day event I play, but if I know 2 day I don't want to play.
Daniel says bocce is played on grass.
Oh.
So maybe that's some, but they're kind of the same. Matthew says, was that one of the Squid Games?
Yeah, but that was thinking about, but I guess we call it shoot.
I like it, DD. I think that.
It's maybe more of the,
Not American, not American.
That's like-
No, I'm a serious.
Chris asks if I'm playing the main. Yes, Chris, I am in the main. I made day 2. I play day 2 tomorrow. I got 113,000 going into the day. I got a really tough day. So,
I voted 2-8 for you.
send all your luck my way, please.
oh, double up.
And Donnie's in day 2 of the main too.
5 meters departing right now, getting his beauty sleep. Want to make sure that he gets well rested to shove his 20 bigs tomorrow.
Maybe 7.
Yeah, he's got plenty of shit.
Oh my god, you guys are insane.
8.
Donnie, please don't show your face for the next few days.
ねえねえ今度遊びだ
All right, catch the Pogo podcast through your favorite podcast devices, as well as
やっ
on
ぱ3万ぶりやわ
YouTube
So
channel.
wait for it to try the.
Abar says, where is Blesnik? He took one of the most ridiculous beats and hands we've seen. He 6-bet pre-flop with pocket aces.
That is like the.
私が
And
フレー
with
ズ
a 5-bet from pocket
見る
nines,
ものを
pocket
笑
nines called. The flop came 9-4-3. And he had about a pot-sized bet left, but he bet small. Pocket nines called. Pocket nines make quads on the turn. And he jammed all in the quads. And he still probably wandered around Vegas not getting money. It was disgusting. It was honestly disgusting.
ありがとう
With the 6-4 suited and 3-bet by the 2 jacks to table.
What are you playing?
The YouTube chat's always great.
They're making it 4,500. The table is not looking shabby. Here's the night goes on. And the man with the 6-4 suited, you said that
This actually, 6-4 suited maybe a little out of range, but the 5-6 suited, the 6-7 suited, that kind of hand class does continue
うん
in the face of wide button 3-bets at some clip with some
これとっても素敵。
I don't know if you would use it here
ありがとね
because now it might get McMahon in a lot of trouble actually. This is a great flop for jacks with the club.
Yeah, watch it.
We qualified if you think we're suited and you bought a 6-3, you're gonna at least peel one off. Now you gotta be concerned because you could be up against
ありがとうございます
kings and aces. But you're beating ace king, you're beating ace queen, you're beating ace jack, you're beating king queen, you're beating any other bluffs that might come from like jack 9 of hearts or something. So we do some players continue.
Queen of hearts will turn. No real
ありがとうございます。
Ace queen in your opponent's range that's keeping you honest. Maybe some king queen suited, some queen jack suited. So whenever overcards present themselves, you have a pair between you sometimes like the top control. Now you could go with a small bet if you think you can get called by like 5s and 7s and 8s and 9s and stuff, but nice to see two little top control here, and if you're check 2 now, then you can value out your backs very right. This is where you could see some more savvy players raise for value. But you see a very good call for jacks.
この子が
Maybe a missed opportunity.
嬉しいって。
Now you could make it 8,000. You could make it 12,000. But whatever. Again, these guys have been playing against each other all day, so.
And also, you know, the risk-averse approach during the main has a lot more validity than when you're playing the
At
quals.
the World Series of Poker, it's not just a game, it's war. On site at the WSOP and online at shop.pokerpro.com.
There he is, Tim Duckworth. Nobody loves himself more than this man.
Did they set this up, or is this really? Did they set that up? Because that's unbelievable. I love Tim. What a great guy, and what a staple. A spokesperson for the game.
Let's go.
In the corner there, reading the 7-part stuff.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure Tim paid to be in the commercial. You know, he wanted some camera time. He needed it.
No, he deserved it. He deserved.
He does have the best outfits in the game. I have to give
He
credit.
honestly does. There's nobody bringing back vintage Vegas better than Mr. Duckworth.
Absolutely. The amount of money he must have spent on eBay buying all these like vintage jackets, phenomenal.
And I saw him with a visor on the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. Gotta love it. Shike says Blez hand was 1 hour and 22 minutes ago in the stream if you want to see it.
I'll also post it on the PokerGo Twitter page if you want to get caught back up on that one. I'll go back to the main auction table. Okamoto continues second best every time. She's had a really rough go at it, but somehow surviving. Some conservative play, which has been on the money the entire time.
Yeah. Look, maybe she just used up all her luck,
Right.
winning back-to-back women's events, and the year prior to that. But no, this is what makes players great. You have to be able to survive and be patient in the lulls where the deck works against you, where you can't connect with a hand, where you're not being dealt premiums. You have to be able to let that stuff wash over you and just stay steady.
Right.
So really good for her to keep her composure in the face of adversity.
Okay, but 35 minutes.
2.5, yeah.
I think it's like I think it's a 400.
Yeah, it was okay. Very up on 47 minutes left.
Sean T getting down at 6 big lines and they know that
Still good points though.
Oh, yeah,
Trying
great points.
Mike out.
Those points haven't even registered on those.
They haven't got.
Oh, it's
Can Sean
every time, but still.
I really think that he can.
I mean, if anyone can do it, obviously he can do it. But
Here we go, back to the Carry Cats final table. Preston McEwen still in the hunt as well.
ペンを抜きますね。
But there's still weeks of poker to be had at the WSOP. It's not over. It's not over till the end. It's going to be anyone's race.
Like we said, the main event still more than a week to go before we get down to the final table, meaning every single day there are side events happening.
Shout out to Paul Orstein. He wrote a great article about Preston. I read it a couple weeks back on his Substack. So really cool to see these people, you know, going deep, living out their dreams, supporting their families with this card game. And shout out to Paul for continuing to bring great content to us over the years.
Orstein, a longtime veteran of the poker world. Now going after it, independent writer. Look at Kerry battling it out four-handed. This is the dream, playing for the bracelet. And it's so fascinating, right? For a player like Kerry Katz, who clearly is extremely passionate about the game, has played buy-ins as high as $1 million, is now playing for comparatively small money. But the stakes could not be higher.
Yeah, like you said. Look, sure, we want money. We all want money, right? But if you have money, what do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
You want the titles, you want the accomplishment, you want to chase that dream, you want to capture that moment. And that's what Perry's trying to do right now. It's his first bracelet he's trying to win. I mean, he's trying to cement himself in the history books of being a bracelet champion, a World Series of Poker champion. As we see a C-bet here on the Queen 5-7 board. And these are colored chips I've never seen before. I don't even know what these combinations are. Like
357.
一発取ったまあなしでか。プラス
Fully get you the lowdown on the action, but big pot. Brazil is represented here at this final table. If you speak Portuguese, by the way, the Poker Brazil YouTube channel providing extensive coverage as well as side event coverage, so are able to understand Portuguese, so we highly recommend you go check that out. Here it gets raised here. This is a blind on blind battle. Small blind versus big blind. Assuming the maroon top pink chips are the highest denomination, Terry with the most of them, likely to be the chip maker. This pot is getting pretty sizable as it looks right now. Terry's grabbing chips. We're going to see a turn card here. It's awesome. We got no graphics. I'm pretty sure I didn't see the pre-flop action. I know it's blind up blind. I wasn't sure if it was a limp Kerry raised, but I know Kerry got check raised on the flop. Queen 5-7.
しねー。はいしね
And we got an 8 on the turn.
ダメだ。
So some value hands from the small. I won't get into blind. Blind on blind stuff so complex. We'll watch. Let's see. Just heard someone in the back say the edibles are hitting me. And if you've been watching coverage all night, maybe the edibles are hitting you too. But thank you everyone for joining us. So we are at the $2,500 freeze out table right now. We're down to 4 players. Poker Ghost, Kerry Katz is in a big pot right now. The Sean Deeb final table is a 1K final table.
Oh, all in.
Small blind go all in.
Oh yeah.
And Kerry, let's go. The Brazilian looks back to his rail proudly as he rakes in the pot.
Owner of Poker Go, the man who built the studio He's going for his first bracelet, but he is taking a step back here. He was chipped earlier. Always got to keep your head calm. As we pan back over to the main feature table, Ren Lin, Brian Hastings.
またしょっぱな親やっても
As we get back at the right
Oh
time,
my god.
Ren Lin hitting a set of fives, Mull with ace king, top pair, top kicker. Let's see if Ren Lin can get some value this time around, because the last time he made his hands look a little bit too strong, perhaps.
Yeah, and we don't know if this was a 3-bet pot or what. There was 6K in the middle. It could have been Ren Lin raises, small blind 3-bets, and then the small blind checks, the ace 9-4 flop to slow play ace king. Ren checks back. But I'm not sure. But either way, Ren Lin has an unbreakable set of fives. He cannot be beaten here. And Mull needs to mull over this decision. With top pair, top kicker, faced with a pot size bet. He made me too. It was too easy. I was about to. It was too easy. But again, this table is played so tight. Yes, they're so friendly, but I can't imagine a world where you don't put more money in here. So of course.
So calling the 6K. And now Mull pointing out how quiet Ren Lin's been getting. Ren Lin not known to bluff and dust off stacks, so perhaps Mull aware of that alarm bells might be ringing.
Yeah, it's, who knows the action here, but still, you got top pair, top kicker.
にやる気なくす
All the draws are missing, right? Spades are missed. What if your opponent has ace queen? Like, no, so let's see what happens. He is out of position, likely gonna check after he check calls on the turn. But maybe a little scared of the jack, you know?
なんでやねんふざけんな 無理
So how would you like to emphasize this? Given his image,
もう行って死んでくれもう行って死んでくれもう行ってもう行って
it is perhaps our only option to go small and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you feel like it's the end of the night, people aren't gonna call all in or call big bets. This is something I was thinking about yesterday. Yeah, maybe you need to maybe need to be more third pot, half pot type size. But Brent puts it bets full pot. And again, see, there we go. There we go. And look, this is a very stern look of Brent Lin, who's normally very jovial. So maybe Bull has some wonderful things to recognize that, look, I can hold, whereas if Brent has like 7K or 8K, Bull might just flick in and say, look, I got 20K no matter what. I don't mind. I'm gonna call. But here, maybe he just gets to make an incredible fold.
9万重ねられんしさマジで多すぎる
Full of theatrics, but in the set, all of a sudden, he's getting real quiet. And Mull perhaps too strong to fold, Kristen. What do you think?
It just comes down to in between the numbers. So, like, if your opponent's not going to bluff, like Bull just said, every time you bet big today, you had it. If there's just that dynamic beyond the table of that, then yeah, I think you can find folds. I think you can make these great folds. Value getting worse, bluffing. That's really what it comes down to.
Oh, I actually hold this. I would find very impressive.
Yeah, this table has been. This is kind of how the start of my WSOP started. I had a very friendly table, and I was able to get away from some hands that if this was a normal tournament, I might just go broke in because people weren't bluffing and they weren't going to value that worse. Old Robert says, trust your instincts. Yeah, that's a huge thing to talk about.
Oh, here we go. Block call. Time to get things moving along here.
It is reasonable. Someone has a couple minutes. You know, usually in the main event when someone's playing for like their tournament, this is basically his tournament. You might give 4 or 5 minutes, but yeah. 2
ど
or
う
3 minutes, I think it's pretty good to give someone.
風呂入ってるし。
Someone says you hold the king of spades, so yeah, that does remove maybe some of the bluffs. That would be barrel here.
Hand is dead. All right, he let the clock run out, and Ren Lin missing out on some value here. I really feel as though the super tight approach is going to start working against you when you finally have the big goods.
It's really tough to just try and let it go. It's really tough, but there is something to be said about just chatting and slowly right there.
もう少し
But people are fooling these people. Yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem. It is a problem. You need action there, right? If you can't get paid there with bottom set,
シミュレートリーなら
top there, top
実に目
there.
も心も楽しませてくれます
But that's just the dynamics of the tournament. You know, maybe this is not the tournament to play day one. Let's just get away from this table. And maybe I'm trying to get some stacks on day 3 right now.
And now is King for Lin. Can he make it look a little weaker? By the way, shout out to those watching still on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe. The next pre-roll on playpoker.com kicks off in just about 5 minutes. 5 minutes left to sign up for the pre-roll.
Yeah, if you get the flop called on you draw, and if you don't act by the time the flop hits 0, your hand is automatically dead. So that's what we just witnessed there. Big full flop here. He's got ace king with the king of spades, but he is perfectly behind a pair of 7s. But we see the equity. That is a favorite equity-wise because he can ace king and their spade. With the right kind of response. It's for my tournament. I thought for 2.5 minutes. I don't really think that much. So if someone's playing fast all day, I think you can give a few minutes.
Absolutely.
But I understand too. 2.5 minutes is quite a long time to
Russell in the chat saying, you haven't asked today yet where the people are watching from. Great call. Donnie and I started this joke a couple of years back where we would say, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how the weather is and what you're drinking. So I've had my share of Coke Zeros today. We are watching, of course, WSOP. And the weather in Vegas has been hot. It actually it's been not like mega hot like we've seen in the past
because we had that rain
that helped the flood.
Yeah,
there was a river in my neighborhood.
Yeah, it was crazy down there.
So yeah, for those who want to chime in, let us know.
All right, Redland raising a good hand, queen jack off, but kind of the bottom of his hand. Gets to do that by Hastings, who has aces.
I find it funny that we have Hastings at the feature table when yesterday we had Victor Baum at the feature table. Those two guys, Stinger and a Silver. Lots of online history.
ドラやないけ。
Obviously, Hastings getting the better of a Silver way back when. As we look once again at GTO Wizards, go check them out. GTOWizard.com/PokerGo. Start out for free and save 10% on your first purchase. You want to beat the best and crush the rest. GTOWizard.com/PokerGo. Go sign up right now. Limited time offer to start working with the best solver in the game of poker.
What are you name?
We got people watching from Arkansas, Southern Indiana, Montreal, Seattle, whether it's amazing. Get some drinks in there too.
Oh yeah.
I saw milk, which is funny.
Piedmont, Antarctica. Really?
No,
just that's Phoenix. Lower Coastal.
リーチです。
Watching from YouTube. Of course you are.
Matt says, I wish I could play this tournament one day. That's my ultimate dream. Matt, I've been reporting on the WSOP for 16 years, and it is still my dream to one day play it. But hey, keep dreaming. Might see you out here one day. Whenever you're ready to play, I'll get you to. Oh yeah, that makes some great content. A little training session.
あ
I just don't want to do one. I want to do like for a month or something.
Right.
I want to
ー
do
スーパーピン裏乗ってる
Most of that coaching will be no referee. You can't call there. No, you can't raise there.
No, don't play that hand, Remco.
No, too aggressive.
No, I feel like you got a good pulse.
あるないよ
You've been around the game a long time.
It's funny, right? Like, doing commentary makes you think about all these spots and all this stuff. Go through a lot of thinking patterns. But at the end of the day, when the cards are dealt to you, you have to figure it out on your own. You can't say other people's cards. The game is there.
It is tough, yeah. We can all be chat pros when we watch people play, but when it comes down to sit down and execute, it's a whole other thing. Hopefully Walt has shaken off whatever, mojo happened in that last hand as we see him breeze through with ace queen offsuit. He will be in position moving forward to fold another small move.
よし
プレイしますね。
Romance. Canadian. I don't know if this is the French Canadian.
Has to be.
To your point, right?
Has to be. That's why I went with the we met. So, have we met?
We met, of course. Okay, so we met does outflop the ace queen,
リーチ
king, a pair of kings versus a pair of queens.
リーチ
Check, check.
Quinn Miller says, watching Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. While my wife's out shopping, Quinn, have a good time down there. I guess they
No.
not once.
Yes, your king, go ahead and bet. Ace queen with nothing else to do but call. Try to hit a queen, try to hit ace, try to hit jack. Maybe your opponent checks the river. With the pair of kings, you probably want to try to get one more value back here. All the draws are missed.
面白い
What side are we going to look for here?
I keep trying to you know, I might have to go apply for a job for the next number.
A small third pot bet, 24. Or we see a snap call. And yeah, that's just unlucky. You do beat bluffs. I mean, sometimes you just have the second best hand and you gotta see someone turn over a better hand. This is the
Ben Lamb, it's been decent since we last saw you. Yeah, fair assessment? Yeah. Some thoughts? That's a good thing. This has been a series of close calls for you, I would say. How would you sum up how this summer's gone?
At the beginning of the summer, had you told me this was how my summer's gonna go, I would have signed up. Sure. I would definitely signed up for it. But that being said, when you get close that many times, like it wears on you. Like a bit depressing, and then but then you shake out of it. You don't want to be that person. You come out here, you make some money, and you have a good summer. You don't want to be that negative person that bitches and cries when you have a lot of money. So turning a new leaf now.
I'd love to hear it. Part of that new leaf, perhaps, tell us a little bit about what you guys have accomplished over there and what you hope to accomplish moving forward.
Yeah, thanks.
No.
Yeah, so my first foray into the business world, me and a couple of my buddies, Keyboard Monkey and Wrecked Man. Don't know if you guys follow crypto Twitter, but we started a casino, online crypto casino. Developed for 14 months. It's been like a 90-hour-a-week job for all of us. It's launched and have nearly $250 million in volume. 3 months, less than 3 months. So it's looking very nice. Yeah, it's fun.
Wishing you the best of luck with that and with this as we send you back to the action. Thank you for the time. Always good to see you. Always lucky. You guys hear that? Very lucky.
Lucky Mr. Jeff Platt talking to
なんでや。
Mr. Unlucky Ben Lamb, 2011 Player of the Year. Back then, the baby making the main event final table, as well as winning the 10K 6 packs, I believe. Yep, that year. Yep. And Lamb, I guess, in the same business. Sean Deeb on his quest for another POY title. Winning his 7th bracelets just 2 days ago. The 100K PLO high roller now going for another one in the 1K. Still down to 9 players
リ
here.
ーチです。
What a grind. Every point counts for Deeb. The ICM pressure will not be based on cash. It will be based on the points. I mean, unreal. Like, what an unreal. I mean, Sean Deeb's one of the best grinders in the poker world. But he went right from the 100K right into this tournament, bagged the monster stack, and here he finds himself as at the final table. Like, lucky AF for sure.
It's really weird. Like, obviously, there's luck involved, but the amount of talent a player like Sean Deeb has to do it so frequently is just great.
ここはもうしゃあ
It helps when you play everything, and it helps when you play everything to the max. Like, he's put in, you know, however many bullets in the tournaments. So it's always a little bit easier if you have infinite and unlimited to fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's such generational talent in this endeavor. So yeah, he's unreal in many different ways.
Crazy.
裏マッパ
Back to the main feature. By the way, Justin and Kristen Wade, WSB Wade Glider, also with a nice stack on day 2 tomorrow. Joining me in the booth, Johnny Peters on his way to the podcast.
哀れな人々よ。
Tomorrow morning.
一度麻雀で負けただけでそんなに落ち込まないでください。皆さんの人生はまだまだ長い。
Yeah, those guys, man. I know you've been busy outside.
Yeah,
and inside.
outside of the poker room.
But yeah, those guys just battling. Who is this guy?
Oh my God. Martin Cabral roaming around.
I think the floor is about to give him a penalty
for being here. Cabral is sort of bolted into poker stardom. I've seen him take photos with people, sign autographs. He's probably telling this man how to do his job.
Yeah, kind of unreal. You know, he's done a great job capturing that. He's got a couple slogans right. He's a love it or hate it kind of polarizing figure. But look at the results he's had. He's had an incredible summer. He just won the mini main event. He beat 11,000 people. I mean, kudos to him. Great job.
After a night of partying in Prague, I once shared a cab with Martin Cabral. It must have been circa 2009. This guy's been around forever.
Really? Yeah. It's, how was he acting then?
I mean, he was probably 18, 19 years old at the time. A bit more subdued, but strong-minded. And look at the gait. Look at the way he... What is going on? I mean,
Look at the walk. That's like a Phil Hellmuth-esque walk.
He owns the place.
He does. They're turning the lights down for him. Oh my God, are they going to shine a spotlight on him?
Oh, he's going to yell at Sean, for sure.
Yes, this is a POI race here. He needs to put a little heat on Sean Deeb.
Oh, yeah.
And say, look, I hope you bust this hand, buddy. Sean Deeb is all in, by the way.
The Martin Cabral walk. I mean, wow. What are we just witnessing?
He says he reminds me of Bean. That's a good one.
Get this man.
And he talks like Borat, I heard. That's another good one.
Wow.
But anyway, let's see what happens here with Sean Deeb. He gets called or what?
Slide dog, he says, the strut. The Cabral strut. And look at that, Sean Deeb getting it done again.
Not like that. No, it's awesome. These are the storylines that make the WSOP. We got Martin Cabral. Yep, look, here it is.
It's only a 20-point difference.
And Deep's going to increase his lead after this. So Benny Glazer, Scott Bowman, and Martin Cabral all have their work cut out for them to catch this guy.
You know what's funny? We're all adults in this crazy poker universe, yet we all act like this is summer camp and we're 14 years old, hanging out with our buddies.
It's true. And everyone has their own personality. Everyone acts differently. Like, the human experience there's nothing like it. And then you just mix in poker. It's,
No. Like
incredible.
Oh, there's a reflection. There's a reflection, but I don't hold my life like that.
When you see King 10 from Brian Hastings, maybe 3-bet this, maybe call 3. I would say it's probably a 3-bet for Mr. Hastings. Got called by Queen Nets.
Might take mine off.
More spades out there now. If we met, I think that's a good card for him.
Yeah, look, if Hastings 3-bet this pre-flop, I expect him to check this turn because he's kind of in a weaker range. Now, he still could bet. He does check, and I expect him to go for value on the river.
Oh, wow.
Both players make a flush.
That with a very mediocre flush.
Could have gone bigger.
Yeah, so if you're check to here, you just get
What's
the
the max
value
you
on
got?
your flush. Whatever you want to bet. Now you could be up against
Step 5-8, yeah.
jacks
It
with
was
a
something like that,
spade
you're
or
right.
queens with a
You're right.
spade or whatever, but you expect those hands to kind of
You're
hit the river. So I think Brian has a pretty easy value bet. And it's
Never
a hand you
5
can
or 6
probably like bet fold if you get raised.
Ever?
You don't go huge here.
King of diamonds.
Yeah, does come with the call.
Yeah, and Hastings gets a good bit of value here from his flush.
I mean, this is another generational talent in the poker world. He's been unreal over his career.
But of course, you need more than a bit of talent. You also need to study. You want to beat the best and crush the rest. Head on over to gtowizard.com/poker to save 10% on your first purchase. You can try it out for free before that as well. Brian Hastings, $5.8 million in career tournament earnings.
へえ。
Think about all the work you put in online, tournaments, cash games.
Hastings, winner of 5 World Series of Poker bracelets.
Amori just folds ace jack. All right, we're under the gun. That's okay. That's
ま
okay.
た初心者と戯れとった方がいいが。
We're 9-handed. We're under the gun. For sure we pull that. But it's the start of the raising range too. You could also play it as we see. You would have folded around now to the small line. Who has the same hold ace jack off.
Excuse me, Hastings with 6 bracelets.
6 bracelets.
Corrected. Yep.
I'm trying to win my second.
You've been at it for a while.
I've been at it for a while. Don't rub it in.
Hey,
But these guys play all the mixed games and stuff, and I'm trying, Remco. Maybe if I still got time this year, but if not this year.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. Cabral checking in on everyone.
What? They don't let spectators in here. What's he? Yeah, get the soup. Get him out of here. Thank you.
But no, we'll make it 10 on the field.
This guy really thinks he's helping that ball.
Oh my God, he's living it. He's living it. We're here for the full experience, that you know.
Hey,
Sean Deeb, of course, as we mentioned, times now, trying to ladder up and secure as many POI points as possible. like if you're a poker fan, you know, you're watching the stream from wherever you are. These are the kinds of days you just gotta come in here and hang out and experiencing it all. So much action in this room. And here we go. Carry Cat's all in. By the looks of it. And it's double up. He turned the ace. I'm not sure what he was up against, but he survived it. FK final table. Poker Go founder Gary Katz gunning for his first bracelet. They've been four-handed for a while now. Remember the WSB had the four-handed tournament? Shout out Timothy Adams.
Yes, that's my. You know that's my best friend. Timothy Adams. I wish he would come play the WSB.
I know.
He doesn't play anymore. The taxes and all that, but yeah, he's so
rich. He can just go play the main just to play the main menu.
He should.
Or is he too expensive?
But yeah, that 4-max, the first year they had it, everyone.
I'll say that. I remember that. Yeah, one of the most expensive.
That was such a funny journey to cover because 4 players at one table just feels so weird. But it is phenomenal. I hope they bring it back.
Yeah,
true. Here's a look at the main event streaming schedule on day 2, which is ABC and on July 6th and 7th. We'll start at 3 and then starting on 8th of July, every single day from the first until the last hand. So you can do the math. Every day is roughly 12 hours, starting on day 3, all the way through day 8. Then 1 day off, and then the final table. Gabriel is heckling from the rail, trying to get under Sean Deep's skin, perhaps. I do not think that's going to have any effect, but I respect the effort.
If anything, that probably emboldened Sean to, like, just crush, but back to this table, we see, I mean, the only big pots we've seen are people having aces. Steve tries to skip out of line for once and just runs right into the aces. Shota Tomori from Tokyo, Japan. Gets an approved aces. Lots of players I'm seeing beat men. I played from 2 players yesterday at my table. 1 woman and 1 man from Japan.
Yep.
It's booming over there.
Japan is the big emerging poker market. I had a chance to talk to some people who are actively working on growing the game in Japan, and they're saying that this number is going to sound crazy. There's over 10,000 poker clubs in Tokyo now. I believe that's just wild. I mean, Tokyo, of course, massive city, but the legislation in Japan is a little bit confusing, but they can do poker clubs where you get points and all that, but it is absolutely going crazy over there. And there is some massive multi-table tournaments in conference rooms, the same we see in the US.
So did drama.
Sky's the limit over in Japan.
Now he's gonna try and sort me out.
Okay, this could be a worthwhile battle here. We got the 6-7 suited raised and from behind here.
Husband's making fun of me.
We're going to see a 3-bet from the ace-king suited. And this is typically a spot if it goes back around to Brian. You just want to call, honestly. 6-7 suited is one of those magic suited connectors, and we're this deep. You want to try to crack big hands here. And you don't have any interaction with your opponent's
Wow,
so
basically
the call.
だるすぎるそれは。
6-7
おもちゃ発見。
spades. This is exactly why you call it.
リーチ。
Ace King gets outflopped. Mr. Ace King with a 78% chance to win this hand. Flop middle pair, and notice the other equity. The 4, 6, 7. The 6-7 of clubs with the queen of clubs out there. So lots of future goodness potentially for the 6-7.
テンパイ。欲望というものはいつも現実に負けてしまうものです。
One of those cards. Future equity. twice. We now have a straight draw and a flush draw. This is a spot where Brian can actually start betting his hand. Once it goes check. Third, maybe your opponent has pocket tens, maybe your opponent has pocket jacks, but they probably don't have aces, they probably don't have kings. They could have pocket queens if they're slow playing something. But we see Brian just come for a bet, start building his pot. That's full pot.
Make it hard to continue with anything that's not already made.
Yeah, maybe the idea here is too to maybe just get jacks and tens to hold right away.
Yeah.
Right? Because here you get to build up a big pot if you approve, and you get the value bet. If you miss, you get to bluff and try to put max pressure on. So maybe that's his idea here.
You could tell the camera you bluff them. What? Yeah, なんかね、フィーチャーテーブルになってから、結構最初にそうしたかな。
McMahon is in the tank here. So it's hard to say goodbye to a hand like ace king, but this is not the right spot for it. Shiina Okamoto still present on our horseshoe table, which is our secondary table, and obviously when there's actions to report on. As we see Ren Lin coming with the high knees, air crunches, if you will, showing off some athleticism here. On the
That's his poker performance. If you guys don't know, I mean, he's actually the most pristine athlete we have in the
いやー、この動画だわ。
the protein bar.
なんやこれ。
That's the thing we have.
The air crunches are new to me. I haven't had those in my routine.
Oh, I don't know if he did or not. Nothing I can do about it.
まあいいでしょう。許します。
And here we are.
おも
Back
ちゃ
on
発
over
見
to our secondary table, Shiina Okamoto. As we can see, right pitch count has not
面白い。
made any moves in recent times. Kelly, by the way, here, top air, top picker. Okamoto flopping a set, so here we go. The case 4 springing this table into action, potentially. And Okamoto is just going to make the call here. Rubino gets out of the way. Can Shiina Okamoto find a double up here?
おー。
Card is the 5 of clubs. From the perspective of Kelly, a fantastic card. Adding enough flush draw to his outs.
ボケ刺さってる。確かによくボケ刺さってる。エースジャック。ゴールインイコール。
7800 Okamoto with the snap call. Kelly looking for a club. Okamoto the covering stack, so take back what I said earlier. She cannot double up, but she can send someone to the rail.
これはいらんわ。
Arnie Smith.
そうだったらこれはいらん。
Hold up, and it's a deuce of clubs on the river.
や
Kelly
ー。
makes his flush.
フラッシュ。
Stone-faced.
最悪やな。
No emotions to be seen.
フラッシュ
Shiina
でかれた。
Okamoto
リーチ
boosts the chunk in. It looks as though Gary Katz all in again.
They can't get rid of him. Carry the cockroach. He's not going anywhere. He's trying to win his first bracelet. Look it up.
あっきゅう。
Double up to me.
結局これやないか
And I mean, if people are all in very regularly at the final table, the blinds are probably passive, and the stacks are probably really short.
だるすぎる。ほんまだるす
Left
ぎる。
turn gave him straight.
What?
Yeah, there it is.
2 thumbs up.
Had his opponent drawing debt on the turn. Katz with the double up, still in the hunt, four-handed.
足りるな。
If people asking,
で
pay
おもちゃ発見
event will be pay-per-view, behind the paywall, whatever you want to call it. You can obviously watch with your Poco subscription, and also have a high roll membership over on the YouTube channel. Swing back over to our feature table.
いろいろ。
So Roth was a really interesting decision on 20 bigs in an early position to win 2 10s. That's okay if you think maybe someone's going to raise behind you and you can rejam. This table's been kind of snug, so you're going to let
行きましょうかね。
9, 6, and 8, 3 realize some equity here. But fortunately for the 2 10s, neither of them connect. Roth just jammed on the king high flop.
Wow.
Roth, you didn't have to do that. You could have just bet like 600 or 700
おもうやるか。
and got some info.
こうな。
So just really be
これ
careful.
かなか。
Yeah, that was the risk versus reward was
積もれ。
good there, my friend.
積もれ。
Risking it all to make
Come on.
with tens on the king high flop.
積もれ。
Because why not?
So bless you, my friend.
お
Bless you.
もちゃ発見
For those that
Come on.
yes, this is the last level. We probably have about
積も
30
れ。
minutes. Yeah, beer level is officially underway.
いいチャン
So
ス。
maybe where can I do for a
なんで積もんねんお前それ。
Oh, great question. Well, if you're catching us on
親
YouTube
切
right
し。
now, you see a button on your YouTube window. I believe it is visible both on mobile and on desktop that says join, I believe. And it should give me. I'm now logged into the Go account. So I can see it
Yeah,
myself.
you can see mine. You see it in
Hit,
here?
hit join there.
Hit
The black
join.
button.
By subscribed,
Yeah,
okay.
hit join.
もうなんかな、麻雀やっとる時めっちゃ言ってまう
And there
な。
it
し
is. The high rollers here. Then on the left hand
し
side.
ゃ
Nice, okay.
And then you can just join in, and you get all the stuff from the rail and the players club,
What
as
did
well
I-
as all the WSB streams from the main event starting on day 4. And then also you will get all the new episodes of High Stakes Poker and November Love Future. New season coming again soon. I've been yelled at to not spoil anything, both on action and players. But there is a new player playing on High Stakes Poker that you never expect to see, a fake celebrity that's winning a lot of money. Let me just say that. Okay.
LeBron James?
I can't confirm what
Can't tell us. Okay.
can't tell you. Yes.
Tony says not visible on my mobile for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Trailing the shit out. Mobile do like that sometimes.
If you pull it up in a browser on a desktop or something, maybe it will help.
I do see Andrew Schrader joining the high rollers. Thank you so much. We're trying to make the offering easier. That's why we added the tier on YouTube so people that enjoy the YouTube environment can do so that way. All right, we got Queen Jack from Mole. The spades giving him the check mark here. Let's see if Tristis can get rid of his H9 and still go up. Straight to the button.
And you know, you'll see this towards the end of the night. A lot of people just not fighting for pots as we get over to Okamoto.
Okamoto all in with ace queen. She's got the best of it here. Gagliano
スクリーン。
potentially making the call here. By the way, for those saying,
All
why
in.
would I pay for PokerGo if I can pay for YouTube? PokerGo obviously has the entire full archive of all of our streams, all of our
Good deal.
classic, all of our old shows that we've done. So clearly, that is still a better deal. But I know that you like to watch them on YouTube, which I respect. We got the chat going.
I think Jag's gonna make a fold here. This is a 20 big blind shove. It's a really good fold there. You know, Okamoto is solid. She just really got unlucky in the last game. She's really grinding it out. So kudos to her. She's one of my favorite pros. I'm gonna be honest. Like, just her accomplishment this summer is just so
Round at Sean Dean's final table. Sean Dean first in Player of the Year standing. Is second. You don't want to win Player of the Year? I am already Player of the Year. Well, Sean Dean is. I mean, in by my measures, like by my measures. You agree with me, right? I mean your measures. Sure. I mean, no, by your measures. I think it's obvious who's the Player of the Summer, right? Well, I think to be honest, I think you are one of the stars of the summer. Okay, good. So what's it like for you? How did you you're taking selfies everywhere? I just heard a couple girls passing you back. Oh my God, that was Martin. I hate it. Everybody's stealing my time. Everybody's stealing my time. Horrible. Just horrible.
Especially this camera guy, he's trying to.
That's Ryan.
He's like, Ryan is following me all the way. It's horrible, yeah. And now you sneaking into my space, like.
Exactly are we interrupting? You just walk around everywhere and watch poker and you're doing the same thing.
I was just spending 2 minutes here, so I'm so nice to give you interview. I really like it. Many of and people are bored watching many ones or they enjoy that.
I think they've been bored watching some hands and some hands have been very exciting. You would agree?
I think they will be entertained tomorrow on day 2. But only for one level. Only one level. Otherwise, I'm registered from the many, but okay?
Okay, but we have a deal though. One level
I'm fine.
Shake on it? Okay.
One level maximum. Say that. Say one level maximum. Say that.
One level maximum if it's okay with you guys.
Martin Gabriel. I will say though, Sean Deep might be the player of the year. Martin Gabriel is the player of the summer. Personality of the year. Phenomenal.
But let's say this. Let's not forget what Benny Glazer has done.
I know.
3 bracelets he won. He went back to back and won 2 bracelets back to back, and then won a 3rd tournament.
And no one's talking
3
about
bracelets. Nobody's even talking about it.
No.
Are you guys kidding me? This guy should be the winner. Like, what these other guys are doing is nothing. Oh, Sean D beat 100 players and 100 hit PLO. I don't care about that. Benny Glazer's won 3 bracelets.
It's actually really funny how crazy. Dude, Scott Bowman is like a mid-cash away. I haven't even heard his name all summer. He's just so